Looking back at it now, Olivia Chow acknowledges her election in 2023 was something she couldn't have predicted. But in the year and a half since John Tory's resignation and her victory in a by-election, she says she's felt the weight of responsibility as she meets people across the city.
I share their concerns and they trust me enough to say, hey, times are tough. And I didn't plan to be here. I'm not supposed to be here, and here I am. And being able to fix the problem or deal with the challenges, not perfectly, but being able to make a difference is such an honor for me.
Within weeks of taking office, Chow was faced with the city's $1.8 billion budget deficit. She increased the city's vacant home tax, created a new surtax on high-value homes, and in her first budget, hiked property taxes. Headed into the 2025 budget, the opening deficit is less than last year's, but still a daunting $1.2 billion.
Budget season is just a few weeks away, that kickoff in early January. I think a lot of people will wonder, what is a potential property tax increase going to look like? Last year was 9.5%, the highest in decades. Should people be concerned that another high property tax increase is coming?
As you know, more than half of the residents of Toronto are renters. So this actually have no impact to them. Affordability for them means no fare increase on TDC. It also means that they can go to a place for free, like libraries, community centers, open longer hours, or being able to see their kids, not having to be hungry while they're in school.
But the mayor also says that the city has been locked in intense bargaining this year with all of its major unions. In June, a last-minute deal averted a TTC strike that would have paralyzed the city. But the 3-year deal will cost taxpayers $176 million. The city just reached a contract with thousands of its outside workers and is still bargaining with thousands of its inside workers.
Everybody is bargaining right now, and because the cost of living is high, we don't want to lose our public servants, right? The fire, police, paramedics, all the workers, they're saying we need to be able to afford to live in the city also. So if you add all that up, it's a substantial amount of money.
So it sounds like you're bracing people for an increase based on the idea that we've got to pay to retain our first responders and our city workers, and that this is a bit of a catch-up period in these contracts.
That's right.
You know, how does that...
And then on top of that, we have our subways are not the most reliable. We have leaking roofs over at City Hall and Mallasman Square, and you know, our water mains are very old. So if you add all that up, with old infrastructure, even just to keep things in a good state of repair so they don't fall apart completely, it's also costly. So it's a lot of catching up, a lot of fixing.
Chow would not give specifics on what a property tax hike might look like next year, but she says the city has begun to pause spending on things it can't afford. She points to the council debate around Smart Track, cutting that transit station program from 5 stations to 3.
There are items that be good to have that we just can't afford. We've said no to a whole lot of things. That was not easy.
1, 2, 3.
But the mayor stressed she will continue to spend to address the housing crisis and will keep rolling out a taxpayer-funded program to try to incentivize builders. Toronto will spend $450 million on that over the next 2 years. It's a controversial program she readily defends.
You will see, and it's an extremely popular program. If you don't build now, you're not going to get the money.
The mayor continues to be coy about her future in politics, but she will likely face increasing pressure to announce her intentions next year.
Mayor Chow, are you going to run again in 2026?
Oh, good Lord. I'm not at 2025 yet.
Almost there.
Let's have a good holiday first, and then we'll see. I'm having a great deal of fun, and being able to serve this city and serve the people of Toronto just give me, it's such an honor.
Sean Jeffords, CBC News, Toronto.